Welcome, I'm Rihanna from Rihanna VO Yoga, and today we're going to do a session together. This is for all levels, so wherever you're at in your practice, that's fine. Just join me and take the modifications that work for you. So for today's practice, you will need a block and a strap. If you don't have a block, you can use a book or something of a similar size, nice and solid. If you don't have a strap, that's fine, a scarf or something. You won't necessarily need it, it's just if you've got tight legs for some of the poses. So put those aside because you don't need them to start. And I just want you to take a seat. Find something comfortable, so if it's uncomfortable to sit cross-legged, sit on your knees, sit legs straight out, just find something comfortable. And then just soften your eyes, relax your shoulders, open through your collarbones and turn your palms to face up. And just stop for a minute, yeah? So the practice of yoga requires us to find space. So before we start to rush into anything too seriously, just take a moment to recognize how your body feels in this moment, whether it be morning or evening. Just start to open through the front of your chest and notice what it feels like from your tailbone, your base, all the way up to the crown of your head. And just start to direct the breath in that space, finding softness down through the shoulders and freeing up through the fingers. So as the breath starts to draw from the base to the crown of the head, just recognize that spine, which is the energy channel, the Sushumna Nadi, and along that space we have chakras. So today's practice will be a practice that will incorporate poses and flow and connection to each and every one of these chakras to find a balancing and a radiance in all of the places. So just take your palms and push them together and soften down through your shoulders, and let's just work for a moment through those areas so we know where we're going with this practice. So start focusing your attention in the base of your spine, Muladhara, and this space is the root. Stability and grounding, connected to the earth. And we have just below the navel, Svadhisthana. Space is flow, sensuality, movement. As we move our intention a little bit higher, we have Manipura, the space where the rib cage is connected at the front of your body, the solar plexus. And here we have the place of empowerment, of mission, of purpose. And we breathe a little bit higher into Anahata, the heart. And here we have love, self-love, and love truthfully to others. The fifth chakra in the throat, Vishuddha, we find openness from that little V at the front of the collarbones opening out to the sides. This is where we speak and communicate and express the truth. We move a little tiny bit higher to the third eye, Ajna. And here we have a space where we say, I see, with nothing else, just this focus on the moment. And finally, the breath draws all the way up to the crown. And then we have Shashyahara, the space where we say, I am. And we feel connected in a space of oneness into this world and with each other, and for the practice that is about to take hold. Let's take a few moments here, starting that focus. You become the observer of the breath. Allow the breath to move. Inhale and exhale along your spine. And throughout the practice, we will move in each of these latitudes along the body, starting at the base, Muladhara. So just bow your forehead slightly and take this moment to set your intention to find balance and radiance in each of these places as we move together. Work at your own pace. Take child's pose whenever you need. And breathe. So when you feel settled here, just bring yourself over onto your hands and knees. So be in no rush, just let yourself slowly come. So if it's the morning specifically, take yourself slowly, yeah? Spread your fingers wide and find this is the connection to the earth for the first time. Spread the fingers wide, push the hands into the earth. Ground the knees, maybe just feel out from side to side for a moment. And then when you feel ready, tuck your toes and slowly unfold yourself into your downward dog. So tight hamstrings, just soften the knees a little bit, maybe bend and straighten the legs a couple of times. Relax the neck completely. And just find that this connection, this space of Muladhara is about foundation. It's about commitment. It's about stability, consistency. So just find that here. Start to wrap the inner edges of the shoulders outwards as you push down through the hands firmly. And still continue to find the breath all the way from the crown to the base, from the base to the crown. Ribs stay connected towards the spine. Sit bones start to flare upwards. So throughout this practice we have Ujjayi breath, so the mouth is closed. The breath tries to transcend through the nose, inhaling, exhaling, nice and even. So let's come on forward into our first high plank. So find your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Now still try and open your collarbones so your eyeballs and your heart space shine slightly forward. Fire up the legs so the legs feel nice and strong, and really commit by pulling the center in towards the back. Keep the collarbones open. And just recognize that only being here for a couple of moments, your body already knows you're in high plank. You start to feel, but keep breathing. Think about the foundation. Think about those words, I am stable. And from here, I'm going to place the knees, chest and chin down into 8-point pose. So keep the elbows up like little chicken wings, lower the chest down to the earth, take a few moments there. Pull the belly button in so you're not flaring the ribs too much. Then shimmy yourself forward and peel your chest up into your first cobra. Inhale. Roll the chest, push the sternum forward. Take a couple of little breaths there, keep the shoulders away from here. So no straightening of the arms, keep the elbows bent and hug the elbows into the side. Then you're going to tuck the toes and pull the bottom back to the heels, child's pose with the toes tucked. And then slowly unfold back into your downward dog, feeling out through your hands, your toes, your fingers, everything that presses into the earth. Let's do that one more time, a little bit quicker. Come forward, high plank. Pull in through the center, find the solidity through your body, be stable, be committed. Eyeballs and heart space slightly forward, knees, chest, chin down. Roll forward, cobra, inhale, peel up, pressing into the earth with the hips. So hips stay down here, legs are together, don't splay them too far. Tuck the toes, bottom back to heels. Exhale, downward dog. Beautiful. Relax the neck again. Maybe shake the head from side to side. And then raise up onto the tippy toes, and then just sashay the heels to the right, and press the heels down, just stretching out through the side body for a moment here. And inhale back to center, and exhale, heels to the other side, just stretching through the side of the body. So this first part of the practice is really about that commitment to the earth, that solidity through the feet, through the hands, and the surface area, and what you're pressing into, and what you can get energy back from. Come back onto center into your downward dog. Good. We're going to take the right leg up, inhale, three-legged dog first time. Just find the stretch to start with. Push into the heel of the hands, keep the ribs connected to the spine, keep your hips square, so no opening up at this point, keep the hips nice and firm. Splay the top toes and really reach up. And you can come forward into high plank and pull your knee in towards your nose, round your spine. Shoulders are right over the wrists. And then exhale, take it back. Reach it up. Come forward, knee to nose. Exhale. And then the inhale takes it back up. This time you're going to step all the way between your hands. Scoot your foot all the way between your hands. If you can't get it all the way through, grab it with your hand and pull it forward. Turn the back foot 45, and let's come to warrior two, so open hip pose. So right arm comes forward, left arm goes back, bend the front knee. So just check out your alignment here to begin with. Make sure the front knee is rolling backwards. Inner thighs are both wrapping forwards. Reach for your hands. Relax your shoulders. And just find the solidness through your feet. Draw your right heel back and your left foot forward so you feel this lift up through the center of your body as you extend out and you start to breathe. So that foundation is at the base of the spine, so really grasp onto that space and lift away from the earth. Good, so you're going to take your hands down diagonally to the front, so both on the inside of your foot, and then walk your hands forward as far as feels okay for you. Don't dump onto the hands, keep up nice and high. Now your main focus here is really to wrap the right hip underneath you as much as you can. Then you're going to take, like you do in cat-cow, you're going to inhale, push your sternum up, and push your sit bones out behind you. And then as you exhale, round your spine, pull your chin in towards your chest. And then inhale, open through your chest, breathe. Exhale, you're going to round your spine, pull your belly button in. Last time, inhale. So that breath is really long the whole time. Open your chest. Exhale, round your spine. Good. Stay here and walk your hands back towards you a little bit, still in that same diagonal space. Then bend the elbows out to the side and let your head drop down. Don't let it touch the earth, just go as far as you can. And your main focus here is once again wrapping that right hip underneath you as far as possible. And just sink. You should start to feel that little bit of a burn in the right leg. Recognize it as a sensation. Just be with that sensation. We come to yoga to feel good, so let yourself feel good here. Breathe. Then you're going to take your right hand on the pinky edge side of your right foot. If you need the block here, put the block underneath your hand. That's perfectly fine. Otherwise, it's on the floor. Left arm extends up and over. Parsvakonasana, side angle pose. Left shoulder pulls away from your ear. Reach. So the main focus, once again, is still that same action. Right hip drawing underneath. Nice long line from your left heel to your left fingertips. Breathe. Make sure you're not flaring your ribs out, so pull your ribs back toward your spine so you're really solid in this space. Keep feeling the energy in the earth, so press down through your feet firmly. Draw your right heel back and your left heel forward. 2 and 1. Exhale, both hands down. Lift the back heel, gently step back into high plank, where you were before. Knees, chest, chin, the same as last time, down. Inhale, roll up cobra, pull the chest up. Exhale, downward dog. Take a couple of breaths, and then we go the same sequence, second side. Left leg, inhale, lift it up. So just finding the space there to start with. Keep the hips square, keep the ribs in. Come forward, knee to nose. And then press it back. And then come forward, knee to nose. Exhale, press it back. Keep going one more time. Inhale, knee to nose. And then exhale, press it back. Last time, knee to nose, then step the foot between the hands. Back foot down 45 degrees. Then we come up, warrior 2. So settle into the pose, the same here. Front heel in line with the middle of the back foot. Get really steady, reach through your arms, gaze over the middle finger of the front hand. Good, still feel that front heel drawing back and the back heel drawing forward. Energy through your fingertips. Wrap the left hip underneath you. From here, hands down to the floor. Walk the fingers forward, diagonal line. Just settle in there. So don't dump onto the hands beyond the fingertips. Then you're going to inhale, spin your chest forward. And then exhale, round your spine. Inhale, spin your chest forward. Exhale, round your spine. Last time, inhale. So the focus here on the exhale is really to tuck your tailbone underneath and round your spine. Good. Last time, inhale, chest lifts up. Now you're going to walk the hands back towards you. Keep on that same diagonal line. Bend your elbows, drop your head down. Sink deeply without lifting your bum up. Tuck your left hip underneath you as far as you can. Relax your neck completely. Feel the left leg start to burn. It's all good. Breathe. Relax your neck. Two. Now we come to Parsvakonasana. The left hand comes on the outside. So extended right angle pose. Use your block once again. So if you need your block, put your hand on the block. Be on your fingertips so you're lifting away from the earth. Bend the left knee deep. Sweep the right arm up and over. Really wrap the left hip underneath you and breathe. Keep your ribs connected towards your spine. Breathe for 3. And 2. And 1. Exhale, both hands down. Lift the back heel up. Now try to make it with no sound. Scoot the left foot back to high plank. Knees, chest, chin down. Inhale, scoot the chest up. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, downward dog. Take a few breaths there in your downward dog. Move your hips gently from side to side if you need to. And just allow yourself to be present and to feel that strength in that place. Good. So now we go a very, very similar sequence on the second side, on the same side. We're going Trikonasana this time, triangle pose. Right leg inhale, lift it up. This time scoot it straight forward. Open back out, Virabhadrasana 2, so your warrior 2 again. So your body knows where it's going this time. Find that solidity, that grounding, that Muladhara, right down to the base. Good, then we're going to straighten the legs. You're going to walk your hands forward the same way. If you struggle here with the hamstring not being long enough, put the block underneath your hands, any way which you need to. Leg is straight. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, round the spine. Just 2 this time. Inhale, lift the chest up. Beautiful way to get nice and deep into Trikonasana. Exhale, round. Good. Then you're going to put your right hand on the outside of the right foot. Same again, block if you need. Wrap the right hip underneath you as far as you can. Extend the left arm up. And find that space. So really important to let the ribs flare out here. So pull the ribs back towards the spine. You can let your look up towards your hand and let your head completely dangle if it's uncomfortable. Good, so you're looking for a line from your left hip all the way to your left shoulder. So now we're going to take our left hand and extend it towards the front of the room, so get more of that stretch. Keep wrapping the right hip underneath you as far as you can, and make sure you're still grounding through that front foot. Press it down into the earth. 2 and 1. Exhale, hands down. Once again, step back gently, high plank. This time, full chaturanga. Keep the knees up if you can. Roll up dog cobra. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, downward dog. So remember, you can always keep your modification. So as we move into the flow and we take the vinyasa with the knees up, you can still keep the knees down if you need to. So second side the same. Inhale, left leg, 3 leg. Step it all the way forward. Warrior 2, inhale, come on up. Get nice and solid in the legs. Straighten the legs, reach the arms diagonally forward. Use your block if you need to. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, tuck the tail around the spine. Inhale, lift the chest up, open the heart. Exhale, tuck the tail. Good, left hand outside, left little toe. Wrap the left hip underneath you as far as you can, and then scoot the right arm nice and high to find all of that space. Make sure you're not locking in the front leg. Soften the knee very, very slightly, so you're still activating the foot and pressing it down. Breathe. So hand is on the block if you're having troubles here. And now reach the right arm towards the front of the room. Find that long line from the right hip to the right hand. Keep the shoulders open, breathe, the collarbone is free. 2. Beautiful, 1. Both hands down, step back, high plank. Same again, so if you need your knees, chaturanga, exhale with the knees down, that's fine. Inhale, just stay your hips down this time if you came down with your knees. Exhale, downward dog. Always working at your own pace. Take a few breaths. Notice how your downward dog has already changed in this practice. Then we're going to come forward into high plank again. Find your steadiness there. Feel like you're pulling your thumbs towards each other to really create this strength in your center. Now keep your hips exactly as they are. Don't move your hips, so don't do this. Keep your hips there, and you're just going to roll your chest open. And then exhale, round your upper back. Keep your hips where they are. Legs are firing. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, round your spine. Stay strong, solid. I am stable. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Go back, downward dog. Good. Take a few breaths. Press into your hands. Already start to feel this warmth coming in your body. If you have a jumper on, maybe it's time to take it off. Relax your neck. Breathe. And slowly lower your knees down to the earth. And take a brief little child's pose just here for a second. Relax the head down. At any point throughout this practice that you need to take a moment, take a child's pose and breathe. So from here we now move to the next chakra, moving up from that base, from that foundation, and we come onto our hands and knees. And we start to move to the space of the second chakra, which requires us to find fluidity. So as you find your hands and knees, just gently move your hips from side to side. Maybe take some little circles and just be really playful. Yeah, let yourself just roll gently from side to side, spread your fingers. So that solidity in that foundation stays with you, but you also find this opportunity just to be a little bit more free and fluid in your body. So this particular chakra is located below the navel, and it's connected to water. So it allows us to flow freely. So take a few more moments there, then you're going to come all the way up into your downward dog and keep moving your hips from side to side in your downward dog as well. So just to start to think about now, instead of being so structured and firm as we just were a moment ago, you're going to allow yourself just to gently be free. We're going to open up through the hips a little bit and keep flowing through the body. So one of my favorite areas to open, that beautiful space of the hips, the inner thighs, moving up to the space of fire as we come up towards the solar plexus shortly. So let's take the right leg up, inhale, three-legged dog, stretch it up. This time you're going to open your hips, drop your heel to your bottom, look up underneath your arm, stretch through that space. Then you're going to come all the way forward and come into pigeon pose. Very early for pigeon pose, but let yourself come down. So make sure your ankle is up near your left wrist. You can pull the heel in a little bit more if you need to. So we're staying upright, we're not here for long. Just come onto your fingertips. Push your left hip down to your hips, stay nice and square. Then inhale, pull your chest up. And as you exhale, flow down towards the earth. So like you're doing cobra, inhale, peel your chest up and open your heart. Exhale, lower down. Keep that Ujjayi breath. Inhale up, that victorious breath that creates this warmth in your body. Exhale, lower.
Last time, inhale.
Exhale.
Ground your hands firmly.
Tuck the back toes and gently shoot the right leg back where it came from. Open the hips again. This time step the right foot back between the hands as if you were about to do a lunge. So same again, if you can't step your foot right forward, grab it with your hand and pull it all the way through. Left hand underneath the left shoulder. You're going to come onto the outside edges of both your feet, so back foot and front foot, and extend the right arm up towards the sky. Then reach the right hand towards the back of the room and drop down through your left hip. Open through your chest and present towards the back of the mat. Hello, back of the mat. Reach through your fingers. Good. Now you're going to lift your hips up and reach your hands. So lift your hips as high as you can. Push up off that bottom arm. Good. Exhale, drop back down. Make your top arm like a bit of sweet seaweed. Let it be really, really floppy. So come up, not so much firmness. Let it just flop over. Good. Exhale, drop down. And lift up. Hand is free. And drop down, getting nice and deeply into those hips. Last time, come on up. Beautiful. Exhale, come on down. Now you're going to put both hands back down to the earth and spin around. And now shimmy your right foot to the outside edge of your mat and ground your hands. Come onto your fingertips. You're on the back toes, the ball of the back foot. Then drop your left hip down and spin your chest open so you're opening through the front of your body. And then as you exhale, you flow into that space of rounding your spine. You inhale, you open your chest, you breathe. You exhale, you round. Keep breathing, inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Lower the back knee down. Shimmy the right foot back to the center, one hand either side. Keep the back toes tucked underneath here for a moment. We'll take Anjanasana. Inhale, reach up. So make sure your front knee is not coming over your ankle. If it is, you want to make sure you walk your foot a little bit further forward. Now sink the left hip down and get into that space. But instead of just sinking into it really deeply, I want you to pull your right heel back and your left toes forward so you still feel that lift. So that grounding of Mula Bandha is still with you. So we're still with the base, and now we're moving up into this openness through the center as well. Arms are palms together or palms apart, your choice. And then start to think about this opening through the front side of the body, which is where we're going as we lift into the higher chakras. Breathe. 2. And 1. Exhale, hands down, Ardha Hanumanasana. So straighten the front leg as best you can and pull the toes back towards you. And just let yourself fold over your front leg. So we're going to keep flowing here. Go back to Anjanasana. Bend the front knee, inhale. Reach up through the hands. Exhale, hands down. Fold. Last one, inhale, reach the arms. Good. We're going to put the hands down on the earth, either side of the front foot, and then step the left foot up to meet the right. So you're in a forward fold at the front of the mat, gently. Gently move the hips from side to side. Feel this space of the practice. Feel your feet still grounding into the earth. Inhale, offer the heart forward into a first little halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. So soft in the knees, no locking. Exhale, fold. And again, inhale, feel the shoulders roll open and start to find that space in the front of the chest. Exhale down. Good. Last time, inhale, lift the chest. Hands flat, step back, high plank. From your high plank, chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, up dog cobra. Exhale, downward dog. So you now have the same little opening sequence on the second side. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Open the hips on that left side. Just find the space there. Push into your arms, keep your ribs connected. Don't let them flare out. Stay solid in both your arms. Square it back off. Left leg comes forward. Pigeon pose. Shuffle the right leg back. So make sure, most important thing here in pigeon is that you're not sinking off to one side or the other. Just try to take nice and square here. Untuck the back toes on the fingertips. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, lower your body to the earth. This is fluidity, yeah? Inhale, lift your chest. It's flow. It's creativity. Exhale, lower down. So let it become your own pose here as you're breathing. Inhale. What does this actually feel like for you? What is the expression that you need to share in this particular space? Exhale down. If it's I hate this pose, let that be okay. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lower down. This is your last one. Inhale, roll your shoulders back. Start to push the breath up into the front of your chest. Exhale, lower down. Good. Ground your hands and try to get back as gently as you can. Go back to the open hip. Good, then scoot your left foot forward again, in between your hands. Okay, outside edge of both your feet. Lift your left arm up. Now swing your left arm to the back of the room and drop your right hip down. Reach through your hands. Try not to sink into this right shoulder. Try to keep it open and keep your hips lifted. Then you lift a little bit higher and let this top arm just flop on over. Good, and then exhale. Inhale, lift your hips and work the strength. So we create tension. Keep going in the limbs so that we can find openness. So the importance here is we create the tension so we can actually break through the tension and find the freedom. Last time going down, so we find that balance that our yoga is about. And lift up. Good. Hands either side. Ball of the back foot. Walk the left foot to the outside. Hands on the inside, come to your fingertips. Okay, lizard pose variation. Drop the right hip down as far as you can and roll your chest forward. Make sure this ankle is underneath the knee. And then exhale around the spine. So this part starts to warm into the center. Inhale, you open your chest, so you're moving towards your heart anahata. And as you exhale, you pull in through your center, manipura, the chakra in the center, that's strength. Inhale, chest lifts up. Exhale, round. Enjoy the pose. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Shimmy the left foot back to center, put the right knee down. Back toes stay tucked for this variation of Anjanasana. Bend the front knee. Reach the arms, inhale. So as we are again, we're sinking in, but we're not sinking in too far. We're sinking, but drawing the left heel back and the right toes forward, so you still feel that lift and that grounding and that base. And then you open your chest. Inhale. Hands down, Ardha Hanuman. Fold it back, see what the back of the left hamstring feels like. Come back. Bend the front knee. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, hands down. Last time, bend the front knee. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the front knee, weight back to the front foot. Your right foot will gently step up to the front. You're in a forward fold. Inhale, offer the heart forward. And exhale, just flop it on down. Beautiful Uttanasana. Soften the knees as much as you need to your feet are hip width apart. Cup hold of the elbows. Gently rock your body from side to side. Relax your head and neck. And keep connecting to that place where you are solid and grounded through the feet. And you still find the breath and the energy moving along your spine as you breathe out. So as we come all the way up to standing in a moment, we'll move a little bit further up into that space. We find warmth and strength, which require us to do a little bit of core work. But we'll find a few sun salutes to begin with. So bend your knees and slowly roll up through your spine. Draw your tailbone down, roll your shoulders, drop them down your back, open through your chest. Okay, step your feet together. Heels slightly apart, palms facing forward, open through your chest. Just close your eyes for a second in Tadasana. And start to draw your attention to your center. So feel like there's a ribbon around your waist. You can feel it tying up at your belly button, and that allows you to cinch in and up. So connecting now the solidity of the legs, the grounding, the fluidity of the hips and the openness there, and now the strength and the warmth and the fire, the Agni, as we move further up towards the solar plexus. So continuing to flow. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, reach the arms, look up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Soften the knees as you fold. Inhale, halfway off with the chest forward. Hands down, step it on back. You can step or jump there. It's totally your choice. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, up dog cobra. Exhale, downward dog. So continue to work at your own pace. 5 breaths in downward dog. So when you're doing your vinyasa or your sun salutes, it's really important to keep your own modification. So if you need your knees down, use your knees down. If you need a child's pose instead of a downward dog, take a child's pose, yeah? Just keep working at your own rhythm. So you've got 5 breaths in your downward dog. Inhale, exhale, 2. Last breath, inhale, exhale, 3. Come up onto your tippy toes, look forward between your hands, bend your knees, step gently between your hands. Inhale, offer the heart forward. Exhale, fold the body down. Inhale, stand all the way up, arms wide, push into the legs, reach up, look up. Exhale, Samastiti. Hands down beside you. We'll take 2 more like that. Inhale, reach the arms. Continue to use your step backs or jumps. It's totally up to you how you work in this sequence. Inhale, chest up. Hands down, step or float back, chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, peel the chest up. Feel that space opening to your heart. Exhale, belly button in, downward dog. Inhale, exhale, 1. Inner edges of your shoulders wrap outwards. Head and neck is free. Feel like you've got a block between your inner thighs and you're pressing that block backwards, and you should start to feel your legs activating without jamming your knees. 2. And 1. Tippy toes. Look forward, solid in the arms. Bend the knees, step or jump. Inhale, halfway off with a heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand all the way up. Arms wide, reach up all the way, look up. Exhale, heart center, samastiti. Hands down. Last time, inhale, reach the arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward, uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, chest length. Hands down, step or jump back. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, up dog cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Okay. 5 breaths here. Then we take 1 round of Surya Namaskara B. Surya Namaskara B keeps that fluidity and that flow, but it also starts to require us to be grounded again. But most importantly, it starts to open us to the warrior poses, to the fire that starts to come into the solar plexus, into that front space of the body as we connect to our strength. And then as promised, we move into the core. Come up to the tippy toes. Look forward, bend your knees. Step or float. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, root down through your feet to rise up through your hands. Look up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Hatsana Samastiti. Hands down beside you. Okay. Feet together or feet hip width apart, depending on your own body. Make sure your feet stay parallel. Bend your knees, Utkatasana, inhale. Really mindful here, the knees are behind the toes, the ribs aren't flaring out. You want to keep the ribs into the tailbone, draws down. Drop the shoulders down and sink. Keep those ribs connected so the center starts to fire up here. Shoulders stay sliding down your back. Breathe, 2. You better lift the toes up, the energy in the legs. And 1. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, chest lengths. Hands down, step or float back. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, glide the chest up. Exhale, downward dog. Right leg forward, back foot turns 45. Virabhadrasana 1. So your warrior 1, your hips are square for this time. Bend your front knee. Reach your arms up. Palms together or separate, your choice at this point. So still finding that grounding, pull the right heel back and drag the back foot forward. And engage Mula Bandha and lift up through your spine. Breathe. So ribs connected to the spine, tailbone drops just slightly. Bend the front knee deep. Now start to present the energy into the front side of your body and breathe into this space. So where the rib cage meets, breathe here. Ujjayi breath, 2. Keep solid in the legs. And 1. Exhale, hands back down. Lift the back heel, gently step back, high plank. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, downward dog. Good, same thing, second side, left leg scoots on forward, back foot 45. Inhale, step straight up. Virabhadrasana 1. So Virabhadrasana is a warrior, yeah? So find strength here. Really grounding through the feet and lift the energy up away from the earth rather than dumping down. Roll the shoulders open. Connect the ribs. Energy in the outside of your right foot. Lift the toes maybe. And 2. And 1. Exhale, hands down. Step it back, high plank. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, downward dog. Beautiful. So now you have all this warmth and all this fire starting to come. So move away from the flow into that space of fire, into that space of the solar plexus of warmth. So you're going to come down onto your bottom however you know how. So if you can jump straight through, jump straight through. Otherwise, just gently onto your bottom and then find your seat. So find a comfortable place in your sit bones, lengthen through your spine, pull in through your center. So your connection needs to be right here. So the front of the hip flexors might take hold, but you want to take it out of that space and really connect through your center. So lift up and find your length, pull in through your center. And then once you're on your sit bones and your spine is long, keep your shoulders down, collarbones broad, and lift the feet gently off the floor. So core work. It's an absolute must. Many of us don't enjoy it, but so imperative to so many poses that come further on in this practice. So we need some arm balances at the moment which really require us to create this strength. So stick with it. Lift your knees up, Lift your feet away so you're in tabletop position if possible. Reach your arms forward. If it's all too much, fingers on the floor and open through the front of your collarbones. Now, what needs to move is your head and your knees. So your legs will pull away from you as your head goes back. Doesn't matter how low you go. If it's a tiny bit, that's fine. Then as you exhale, you squeeze it back to the exhale is the important part. So we inhale, we open and extend. Head and knees go away from you. And exhale, draw it back. I keep my knees bent here because otherwise it's in my hip flexors. Your choice, legs straight or bent. Go down slowly. And exhale, squeeze it back. Keep breathing. 2 more. Go down slowly. Keep the knees together. It helps to engage through the center more. And squeeze it back up. The exhale is that important part to draw it in. Last time, go down. Exhale, draw it in. Beautiful. Put your tippy toes down. Wiggle back up onto your sit bones. Bring your hands to the front of your heart. Lift your legs back up. Now here, you lower your left toes down, just gently, and hook your right elbow across your left knee as far as you can. Getting into the obliques, lift and open your chest. And then you swap knees together. Right toes down, left leg across. Lift and open your chest. Breathe, and then swap knees together. Left toes down, right knee across, right elbow across. Sorry, lift, and keep smiling. Right toes down, left knee across, lift, and center. Beautiful. Slowly roll down all the way to your back. And then you're going to take your legs straight up towards the sky. So getting right into the center here. This is my absolute all-time favorite. Supta Bakasana. Yeah, so laying down crow. So if you know what crow is, you know what's about to happen. Reach your arms straight up. Imagine you're pushing the ceiling away with your hands. Now bend your knees, your heels stay down toward your bum. Your tailbone lifts up slightly as you hook your knees into your armpits and then pull your heels down. Now think about squeezing your knees together. It doesn't look hard, but as you engage through your center, it feels more difficult. Keep your head down, pull your knees in and up. Try and get your knees right into your armpits. Push your hands away. Breathe. 2 and 1. Gently. Arms don't touch the floor. They just go over your head like you're doing a handstand, legs straight out in front of you. So as low or as high as you can take them without letting the ribs flare up. Then you exhale back in again. Arms up, palms flat, knees into the armpits. Squeeze it in. Hug your knees towards each other. Breathe. You're in that space of the solar plexus. Breathe right there in the ribs. 2 and 1. So legs are high or long. Doesn't really matter, depending on where your body is at this point. Don't let the arms or the legs drop to the earth. Bring it back in. Knees into the armpits. Squeeze it down. Heels towards your bum. Hug your knees towards each other, right into the armpits. Breathe. Palms press hard. 2 and 1. Legs out as long as you can without the ribs flaring up. 2 1. Last time. Bring the knees in. Hook it into the armpits. Heels down. Push through the hands. Breathe. 3 2 last little handstand, arms long, legs long. Breathe. 3 activate through the legs. 2 and relax. Take a moment, relax through your center. Now I'm going to give you a little treat. You're going to free up through your center. So grab hold of your block. Hopefully it's near you. And we'll just take a nice little back bend before we move into the next little component that continues with the fire. So ground your feet firmly, knees up towards the ceiling. Take bridge as if you would take bridge, so just roll up through your pelvis. Then you're going to put your block, depending on your spine, maybe the low waist, maybe the high waist. And then just take a few moments resting in this space. So you're freeing up through the front side of your body. Maybe you can soften your eyes. And start to recognize the intention after we move past this space of our center, of the solar plexus. We move into anahata, the heart. So where you are now is the space where you can breathe into the front of your chest. So focus your breath from that solar plexus up to the front of your heart here, just for another couple of moments. So when we come out of this space, we're going to work on an arm balance, just Bakasana, just basic crow. And you can take the variations that you need to take for you at this point. And then we're heading to a place of a little bit more lightness, so we can get rid of that warmth and we can start to really open through the front of the heart into our back bending. So take your block out when you're ready. And then from that space, roll yourself all the way down. And then just gently roll backwards and forwards on your back a couple of times. And then when you come all the way up, ground your feet. Wiggle your bottom in nice and close. And we're going to attempt this. You're going to attempt to stand up onto your feet. So use your center, stand up. Possibly not as easy for some of you, that's perfectly fine. Use your hands as much as you need to. Now the inner parts of your feet are together at this point. And you're going to put your arms on the inside and let yourself just sink on forward. So variation of malasana here. If your heels don't touch, which for a lot of you it won't, that's perfectly fine. Heels are up a bit, reach the arms forward. So we're just getting into those hips a little bit because in a moment when we go Bakasana, this is the pose you want, sort of the prep area you want to be in. So when we go to Bakasana, so our arm balances aren't really about the strength in our arms. It's more about that connection to the center and that fire that you can have in that middle. So what you just did on the ground, Bakasana, now you do on your hands. So for those that are more advanced, go straight into it however you wish. You can practice headstand, you can do whatever you need to do from your crow. Let us all come together. So walk back a little bit into the center of your mat. Ground your hands firmly. Make sure they're shoulder width apart. Bend your elbows toward you like chaturanga. Bend your knees, put your knees into your armpits like you were just doing a second ago. Then lean forward so your elbows come right over your wrists. Open your collarbones. Lean, lean, lean. Transfer the weight to the hands. Then the legs will just gently lift up whenever they need to. Breathe. If you're steady there, start to pull the thumbs towards each other. Open your chest. Just stay steady. Round your spine a bit and try to straighten your arms more. Those that are struggling to get up, try. We're not here for long, but try the block underneath your feet. Bend your elbows. Lean forward. Maybe just work the one leg. Maybe the other leg. So it's really important just to work wherever you need to. Take a few moments wherever you are. So there'll be many other classes we can work on with more arm balances and things, but today's just part of the flow, so just work where you can. If you're in your crow and you're ready, jump back, chaturanga. Otherwise, step back, chaturanga, just finding your way back through a vinyasa in your own time. And let's find our way back to downward dog. And then just take a few breaths there. Once again, let's just move our hips from side to side. Find all that freedom that you need to find. Breathe. Good. So now we're going to move from this place of fire in the solar plexus up to openness through the heart. So to open through the back, bending it through the heart, we need to find this beautiful openness through the front of our hip flexors as well to allow that. So let's take the right leg up, inhale. And then step it forward like you're doing a lunge just between your hands. Put your back knee down. Good. Okay, so sink left hip down as far as you can this time. So we're sinking in a little bit more. We're opening through the front of the left hip. Now put the left hand down. So have your strap nearby if you know you're a little bit tight in the hip flexors. Now all that's going to happen now is you sink forward, you extend your right arm up. Just take a twist there first. So you're wrapping your right shoulder back as far as you can. And you're spinning your chest, your sternum, your solar plexus, your heart, everything open to the sky. Good. Then you're going to keep the back foot flexed and bend the heel toward your bottom. If your back knee hurts, put something underneath your back knee like a cushion or something. Now, if you can grab hold of your back ankle on the outside, do that. If you can't, put your strap around your foot and hold on to it in that variation. So for starters, we're just going to keep hooked strap. Keep the foot as it is, and I want you to keep your foot flexed and pull it away from your bottom as far as you can, and use it as leverage to open your chest a little bit more. If you want to open your front knee out to the side a bit as well, just to find that freedom through your chest, just for a few breaths. Sink the left hip down, breathe. Try not to sink into that left shoulder, keep wrapping it and opening so you find all that strength. And then point your back toes, ground your right foot, pull your heel into your bum, and sink it on down. Good. So keep opening through your chest. Breathe. Beautiful space into that left hip. 2. And 1. Ground your hands firmly. Right leg goes back, three-legged dog. Gently transition it back. And then open your hips. Drop your heel to your bum. Now you have this option of staying here and just finding that space. If you wish to come to Wild Thing, draw across the sky and put the ball of the foot, just the ball of the foot down. Now scoot your hips up as high as you can. Left leg is straight. Now relax the head on back. Take the right hand and bring it to the heart. That's where you're breathing. That left hand should be directly underneath your left shoulder. Spin your little finger towards the outside edge of your mat. And now relax your neck and breathe. Roll your shoulder blades together. 2. Enjoy this pose, one of my favorites. And 1. Take your right leg back up towards the sky. Stretch it up. Good. And then put it down next to the other downward dog. Second side, exactly the same, the thigh stretch. To start with, left leg inhale, scoot it forward. So have your strap on the other side if you know you need it. Maybe one side's different to the other. We're all in balance. That's what we're doing here. We're balancing. Right hand down, sink the hip forward. Lift the left arm up. Spin the left shoulder open as far as you can, just to present the openness in this front side of the body, to find all that space in Manipura. So Manipura, that space of fire, is really about empowerment. So it's about knowing what our mission and our purpose is in this space and in this life and working with that. Bend the back heel, grab hold of the ankle. Just pull it away from you to start with. Maybe you can take the sole of the front foot out and drop through the right hip more. Pull the chest open, wrap the right shoulder back as well, and breathe into that space. Use your back leg as leverage to open through your chest. Breathe, 2 and 1. Point the back toes, draw them in toward you, and sink down again. So if you're finding it hard to get your foot, if you put your bum back a little bit and grab hold of your foot, it might help, and then sink forward. That's sometimes a little bit easier. Keep the chest open and breathe. So as we move from that place of mission and understanding of our purpose, we move to this space of heart and anahata, where it's all about this freedom and this love, but this love and this integrity and this self-love before we can give true love to others. So try to find that openness there. Good. Then you're going to ground the back foot down, gently sweep the left leg back into your three-legged dog, and then open the hips. Same again, you can just stay here and hang out, or you can come all the way over into your wild thing. Ball of the left foot. Lift the hips up. Let the head go back. Left hand to your heart. Push your chest up and roll your shoulders. Make sure your right shoulder is over your right wrist. Spin the right little finger towards the right side of your mat. Breathe, relax your head. Now push the breath into that space in your heart. Otherwise there's no purpose. 2 and 1. Beautiful. Exhale, come all the way back. And downward. Let's take our knees down, child's pose. And take a few moments there. Relax your head down. Feel that openness in the front of your chest. And then just slowly come up onto your knees and just free up your wrists for a few moments. I'm going to move into Ustrasana, camel, just to find that last bit of opening through the front of the heart. And then we're on the downhill run heading towards this beautiful space of Vishuddha Ajna Shashyahara. So, free up the wrists, maybe put the back of the hands together for a second, pull the elbows down, just let every tension come out of there. The wrists sometimes feel really uncomfortable when we first do a lot of vinyasa type practice, but the more you practice, the more you learn to activate the other muscles, the center, and then we get to a place where the wrists are a little bit freer. So when you feel ready, come up onto your knees hip width apart. So most important thing about back bending is the back bending is coming from the thoracic, so from the chest here, not into the lower back. So let's take a variation of Ustrasana to begin with. Tuck your toes up, so we've all got our toes up and heels resting. Right hand on the inside of the right foot. Thumb on the inside, fingers on the outside. Now push your hips forward so your hips are directly above your knees, and then reach your left arm back. So you're on a side stretch to start with. Reach through your left hand. You're stretching your left side body. Then I want you to start to spin your heart space towards the ceiling without letting your head drop back. So keep your chin at your chest like you're doing a double chin. Push the crown of your head back. Push your hips forward and just breathe there. Really breathe into the whole front side of the body. Roll your shoulders. 2. Don't make it about the neck, make it about the heart. And 1. Drop your bottom toward your heels as you sweep your left arm around in front of you. Left thumb on the inside. Lift your hips up. Reach your right arm. Find that space in the side first. Breathe there. All the space you can. Keep the hips forward over the knees. Now roll the chest open. Spin the heart towards the ceiling. Keep the chin at the chest so you drive the crown of your head back rather than just dumping the head back and not controlling it. 1 long line. Reach through the right hand. Roll the shoulders. 2 and 1. Sweep the left hand down, right hand down. And you're going to come all the way back up. Okay. Second variation. Now this is totally up to you where you take it. So I'm just going to show you. Option 1, hands down your lower back. You just work in this space. Option 2, both hands come down. Option 3, toes are down all the way. Chest lifts. Option 4, hands are right in or anywhere you can on your calf. You may drop your head back when you get to this variation. So wherever you wish, make sure you're rolling your shoulder blades together and pushing your chest up. So take a moment wherever you need to. 5 breaths wherever you choose. Really focus on that upper part of your back, spinning open from your spine and opening through the front side of your body, extending all of that space. Breathe right into Anahata at the front of your heart and maybe close your eyes. Let yourself just feel the pose. Take 2 more breaths. Good. Slowly come up, one hand at a time on your lower back, protect the lower back. And then exhale, fold forward, child's pose. Maybe take your knees wide, your toes together. And let yourself just soften down. Gently move your hips from side to side. Go back to that fluidity for a second. Any tension you hold in your lower back after a back bend, really important here. Just let it be free. Let it free up. Maybe round the spine or flatten the spine a couple of times just to make sure there's no tension there. So back bending is always about the upper back. So to really try to make sure it doesn't compress into the lower spine, it elongates the body. Okay. So that finds the conclusion of the heart, anahata. So take a few breaths there. And then you're going to walk your hands back towards you, drawing your knees together. And now put your hands down and flip over your toes, however you can. Ground your feet, open your feet hip width, so you're taking malasana. So normal malasana with the legs wide. If you need to bring your toes out and your heels in, perfectly acceptable. If your heels are lifting a little bit, you can just find your balance there, or you can put something underneath the back of your heels like your mat or something. We're not going to take long here though, so don't stress about it too much. Bring your arms on the inside, press your elbows, and you're still presenting open through the front of your chest. Relax your shoulders. And start to focus now on this space, so this little V at the front of your body between your collarbones, Vashuddha. Vashuddha is about this neck, this throat, all of this part of your head, all this. So you want to free up through that space, so present open, and then pull up and long through the spine. Soften the eyes, relax the shoulders. And now continue that breath once again from the root all the way up to the throat here. We've moved through these spaces. We're finding balance and radiance. All of us begin the practice with different limitations and different advantages. And in the chakras, it comes out. Some of us are more abundant in certain areas, physically, emotionally, and others are less. So it's our importance to really allow the practice to be a process and to feel good along the way. Take a few more moments where you are, and you're going to lower your bottom down to the floor. Good, so last little part of back bending, moving into that space of the throat and the neck. Come onto your tippy toes. Good, then lower your elbows down to the mat. Good, so I want you really to drop down to your belly button comes down. Then feel the difference now as you open your chest and push your sternum up towards the sky. Let your head drop back. Really beautiful little elegant pose here. You're going to shimmy your hands down towards your bottom and maybe lower the crown of the head to the floor. Keep rolling the shoulders open. So for some of us, we're just going to stay here and work that beautiful space in the front of the neck. If you feel comfortable, straighten your legs to the sky. If you feel more comfortable, straighten your arms to the sky as well. Roll the shoulders, lift away from the earth so you're not dumping into your head. And breathe. Feel all that space where that little V is at the front of your collarbones. 2. Starting to calm the body down. And 1, gently lower the feet back down. Ground the feet firmly, release the hands. Now, if you practice full Uddhva Dhanurasana, full wheel, you can go into it from here. Just put your hands beside your ears and pop on up. If that's not available to you, just untuck your head and lay back down. And you're just going to come back to bridge. So all you're going to do is keep your feet as they are. Feet hip width, knees hip width, roll up, interlace the hands behind your back, and push your chest towards the back of the room. So whatever you choose to do here, do it for your own body, and just take 10 breaths there. The focus here is wrapping the shoulder blades together and really pressing your chest towards the back of the room. If you're in full Uddhva Dhanurasana, try to straighten your arms and push your heart space back further, but try not to squeeze your bum in either of the variations. Feet stay parallel, knees stay parallel. If you really struggle here and your knees are going everywhere, put the block between your knees and stay. Take a few more breaths there. Really breathe deeply right into that space of anahata. Good. When you finish your 10th breath, if you're in full Uddhva Dhanurasana, lower to the chin to the chest, back of the head down. If you're in bridge, take your hands out and lower your bottom all the way down. Once you come down, put your knees to your chest and just gently allow yourself to rock from side to side. So once again, any tension that's holding in the lower back, free it on up. So now we're going to move straight into this beautiful space of the throat, starting to head towards our forehead, and then we're almost ready for that beautiful divine Shavasana. So take your both legs to the sky. Coming into shoulder stand. So if you don't want to do shoulder stand today, ladies, if you're menstruating, you can just put your block underneath your bottom and just hang out there. Perfectly fine. If you want to do your full shoulder stand, let's go halasana first, toes over the head. If they don't touch the floor, keep your hands on your back. If they do touch the floor, you can interlace your hands and get your shoulders in nice and deep. Pull your belly button in. Try to lengthen away from your neck, so pull your shoulder blades together as much as you can. Take a few breaths. Transition the hands to your back, fingers face upwards, and then slowly pike your legs up nice and high. So walk those shoulders in more. So you want to have little right angles in your arms. Fingers face straight up. Legs are active. Point your toes, flex your feet, splay your toes, whatever you like. Just keep them active. Inner thighs active. Try not to be grabbing your back. So try to have your fingers just facing up. And then just stop for a moment. And breathe. And then recognize here how we're freeing up through the back of the body, through the back of the shoulders, the neck. And you have Jaladhara Bandha here, you have a lock in the neck. It's like energizing that space in the throat chakra, and Vishuddha. Vishuddha is that space for expression, and that space for true speech. So let yourself breathe into that space. We just have 5 more breaths here. Really starting to enjoy this part of the practice as you feel out how different your body feels. At the end of your 5th breath, you'll gently start to pike your feet back over your head to your halasana. Go slowly, keep the legs straight. If they touch the floor once again, interlace your hands. If not, keep your hands on your back and let them just hover. If the knees need to bend, rest your knees on your forehead. Just feel out whatever it is that you need at this point. So it's so important to find that fluidity and that grace and that connection to what is your practice here. What feels good? What is your body asking you for? It truly is the best teacher. Let your knees open and bend towards your ears. Kanapindasana, just for a few breaths. And then in your own time, you'll gently start to roll down onto your back. Try to keep it controlled and keep the center engaging. Slowly coming back down to your back. Knees are at the chest, gentle rock from side to side. Anything you need, maybe the knees open and close a couple of times. Then we'll just come all the way up. Whenever you're ready, come up to seated, legs straight out in front of you, and forward fold. Just a little Paschimottanasana to take any tension out of the lower back that's still existing there. So don't make it too forced, just let yourself flop over. You can point your toes, you can flex your feet, so just a little variation. Just let yourself feel into the pose. Move your hips from side to side. Try to keep the collarbones open and keep all that beautiful length through your spine. And we're going to take a twist here, left hand outside of right foot or the leg, wherever you can hold, right hand behind you. Now roll your chest open and pull your body away from your legs rather than folding down to try to create all that beautiful space. Long line from tail to the crown of the head, chest is open and free. Heels pressing away. And then let us take the other side. So you're starting to come to that place where the body feels really balanced and free, ready to take on whatever else to come in this day, or the beautiful sleep, if you're ready for sleep. Good. Release your hands. So take yourself back to downward dog, however your body asked you for. Have your block in front of you, underneath your center. So we're going to take downward dog, and I'm going to ask you to put your block on your forehead. So this place between your third eye, so in your third eye between your eyebrows, ajna. So some of you might need your block high, some low, just depends on how your downward dog looks. So you want to find a place where your forehead, not the crown of your head, is resting. So come into your downward dog, rest your forehead. Just adjust yourself however you need to. So if you need to walk your hands further forward or your bottom further back, go for that. Just find a place really where you can find that heaviness down so it takes some of the weight out of the arms. And this is really that time of the practice that it is important for you to stay present. So as you do this, maybe bending your knees and opening your feet wider is a more comfortable way to put more pressure down on that forehead. Close your eyes. Start to draw the breath really, really intentionally along the body, along the spine. You push into your hands. You fully relax your head down into this space. So Ajna, this sixth chakra, is about seeing, but seeing without any other obstructions. Finding that space where we can just see ourselves for who we are, and we can also see others. It's that place of intuition and of understanding and of focus and of intention. Just take a few more breaths there. If it all gets too much, you can just put your knees down and keep your forehead resting. That's fine as well, if the arms are done. Gently move your block out. And take your child's pose. Rest your forehead, let your arms be wherever they want to be. So the last chakra here is the crown of the head, Shashyahara, the space where we allow ourselves to simply be. So we're going to start with a variation of rabbit to get some pressure on the crown of our head, and then if you want to do headstand, if that's part of your practice, once again we're not going into that for this particular practice, but if it is yours, you're more than welcome, tripod or full normal headstand. So let's all start the same way. On your knees, crown of the head comes to the earth. From here, take your hands behind your back and interlace your palms. Roll your shoulders so you're pushing into the crown of your head. Now pull your shoulders up away from your ears so you're not putting too much pressure on your head. So there is pressure there right in the crown, but the shoulders aren't dumping, they're pulling up and away. And just breathe there. I am. The seed mantra, the bija mantra for this particular chakra is silence. So start to find that place of silence as you breathe. So as I said, if you prefer to take headstand now, when you're ready, clasp your hands around your head or take tripod, totally up to you. Wherever you are, you're just going to take another, let's say, 10 breaths. Be really stable and present wherever you choose to be. Make sure it's an experience where you can be calming, breathing. Wherever you choose, keep activating the legs, keep pulling the shoulders up away from the ears. At the end of your 10 breaths, you'll gently lower yourself back down, child's pose, from wherever you are. And then just free form. For the last few minutes of this practice, you are welcome to do whatever it is your body is asking you for. So if you need to take a little spinal twist, if you need to take another forward fold, if for some crazy reason you feel like you need another vinyasa, I know I'm done, but if you need another one, go for it. And then you can either come back to seated where we started the practice, or you can lay yourself all the way down into Shavasana. It's totally up to you how you want to end this practice. So always really nice to find Shavasana at the end. So that's just legs out, arms out, every part of you is free. If you prefer just to come straight to seated, you're more than welcome. If you prefer to cross your legs, Baddha Konasana, take that. And just take a few breaths and honour the practice that has been. Let yourself just settle here. Notice the inhale. Notice the exhale. And once again, connect with the idea that that breath moves from the base to the crown. In this practice, we find balance and radiance in each part of our body, each latitude of our body and our mind. So we recognize our limitations and our weaknesses and our strengths, and we figure out how we can process those and reach our potential. So as you have your eyes soft here, let's just track our intention once again from the space at the base of your spine. And we have a grounded space. Svadhisthana, space below the navel, and here we feel flow. Manipura, solar plexus, empowerment, purpose, mission. Anahata, the heart, love, openness. Vishuddha, the throat, speech, expression, communication. Ajna, the third eye, we see. And Shashyahara, I am. Just let yourself be here in silence. Begin to take a couple of movements into your body. Your neck maybe moves from side to side. Maybe your fingers begin to draw into the palms of your hands. And then release again. So if you choose to stay in Shavasana for this very tiny part of the end of the practice, stay. Otherwise, make yourself to seated when you're ready. Wherever you choose to be, draw your hands together. Push your palms together for your fingers touch. For that is a seal, that mudra, to allow this practice to go with you as you step off your mat into your day, into your week, whatever it is. Draw your thumbs to your forehead. Thank you for allowing me to share my practice with you and for sharing space in the practice with those around you. May the light from your practice follow you throughout your journey. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. Have a beautiful day or evening, and if you want to see more, check out the website on rhiannavl.com. Namaste.